Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another live. It's Wednesday night, but tonight we have Mr. McStache and his lovely bride. We're going to find out all about 22 and 22. So if you don't know because you've been freeze dried or doing hard time or living under a rock, the 22 is 22 veterans commit suicide monthly. So we want to try and minimize that, get that down to 0 veteran suicides a month to 0 veteran suicides a year. And Mr. McStache's wife come up with this great way to sit there and say, let's raise awareness. We're going to write 22 states in 22 days. And I think it's a great cause. And when did you guys start this?
Last year.
Last year was that's when we first started. But the original intention was to start it in 2022. So we were going to do the 22 states in 22 days in 2022. And then Jason went and had a heart attack and just threw all that.
Do a thing like that for?
Just threw everything, all kinds of wrinkles in the fire. So we had a little bit of a pause, but then last year was our first actual ride.
Nice. And last year you hit different states that you're doing this year. Is that correct?
Yes. Last year we went over to North and South Dakota, down to Texas, over to Georgia, and then back up to Ohio.
We did kind of the Midwest last year.
So being your inaugural year, I'm pretty sure you had some speed bumps along the way. Do you care to share, or at least the lessons learned from those speed bumps?
Sure. You want to?
One of our biggest speed bumps was we would get everything set up with the dealership, and then another dealership would call and say, but I really want to be a part of it. And so we kind of added a few dealerships. Went through and called and got hotels, 2 different hotels in every state, so that we had kind of a budget hotel and then a little bit higher end hotel. And then on writing it, some of those budget hotels were not in great neighborhoods, even though the reviews weren't super bad. They were not in great neighborhoods. And those people ended up coming over to the other hotels. And we had one dealership that didn't show up for us. They told us the night before that they had lost their power. And they said, but we'll let you know in the morning. And we were actually on our way to that dealership, and they called me and said, hey, we still don't have power. And we're like, well, we're going to go ahead and come anyway, because if people are planning to meet us there, we want to be able to be there. We don't want to let the riders down. And we got there and they actually had power. They just didn't show up to open the door for us.
Well, I guess they'll never be invited back.
Definitely not on our list of repeat states, repeat dealerships at least.
Yep. Can't hold the whole state responsible for that, because some states are huge and some states are small.
We're actually going back to the state, just not to that dealership.
Yep. So this is your second year doing this, right? So last year you raised some money. Hopefully you raised a good chunk of money.
I think in total, we were able to, after we, paid for the t-shirts and things like that, I think we were able to give Strive about $10,600.
That's good.
Our goal was 22,000.
And 22 days, that's awesome. Now, it'd be kind of cool if you could get 22,000 in 22 days. That'd be amazing. Then say, hey, 22,000 is yours. Let's really get this going. So this year you got 22 different states. I have all the states listed in description down below. I know June 5th you're going to be in Waterbury, Connecticut at Yankee Harley Davidson.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's going to be exciting. What time do you guys plan on starting, let's say, at the dealerships?
Well, the way the ride works is we hit the dealership when it opens. We stay there for an hour and a half to 2 hours. We have veteran service officers from the area there. We have AMVETs, VFWs, whoever we can get there. And sometimes a hotel representative will be there, but we just exchange information. We say, this is Strive, this is what they have. We get to know that veteran service officer. So if somebody calls us and says, hey, I'm in Connecticut, I'm having problems, I need some help, we have personally met that service officer so we can help them connect with that guy. And then after, I'll just give you the whole day. After we do that, we take off, and we do some stops on the way to the next state. We'll do roadside attractions. We'll do, military memorials, stuff like that. But then we'll land in the next state that evening before. The idea is to have a dinner set up.
/ bike night.
Yeah, dinner / bike night with a local VFW, Elks,
Legion,
or
the Hog chapters,
hotel, Hog chapter, whatever. Having dinner that night for 3 or 4 hours, and then go to bed, get up the next morning, and go start the dealership. Yep.
So it sounds like, and this happens rain or shine.
Correct.
Yes.
So my initial intention was I was going to show up on Spaceball, rip up there, say hello. I didn't know what you had planned, and then head home. Sounds like I'm taking the roguelike because we're going on quite a bit of a ride.
That's the idea. Now, I will put you on the spot here because I will try and plan my route, but I will run it past you because that's your area. Now, I have people in the other states that I'll be running it past, or the Hog chapter or something like that. So, yeah, I would say bring Spaceball, but if you want to ride with us, I mean, you could bring Spaceball, go to the first gas station, and then bug out. But
what fun is that?
One of you.
Big Mike says he's in, so that's June 5th, Mike. We're going to head up to Yankee. We're going to meet Mr. McStache and everybody else. And from there, we're going to go ride with him. Probably to Rhode Island's your next stop, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
So we're going to ride with you to Rhode Island, have the dinner, and after the dinner and the bike night kind of thing, I'm just going to DD mile back to Connecticut, probably with Mike.
And we actually had a call from the people in Rhode Island today. The Elks Lodge is going to be doing the dinner for Rhode Island. So, and they're going to have a handful of people.
Now, I have a good contact for the Combat Vets Motorcycle Association in Connecticut. There's two chapters. One is down in the southern part, and the other one's up in the Hartford area. I could reach out to both of them, and hopefully they'll be able to send some people up to come ride as well.
That's awesome.
That's one thing. If we have anybody in the chat that wants to do that, this is an open ride. The organization is 100% volunteer. So if anybody wants to make a call on our behalf,
we welcome volunteers, especially when it comes to making phone calls, because last year it was all Jason and I making phone calls. We do have a couple people that volunteered this year, so we've started being able to hand out some of those phone calls to other people and saying, hey, if you know a contact, or we ask people, share the ride, even if it's just the ride in your area. We'll be happy to send you a flyer that you can share on your social medias, or hang up at your work, or whatever it is that you can do to help get the word out there. The more people, the more awareness.
So I know Tito is interested in coming with us. He's a personally good friend of mine. We actually had dinner with him last night, which was a lot of fun, with him and his wife and their daughter, and I hung out with them for a little while. So I'm sure he's in. But Stacy Kelfire says she can't wait to go ride with you guys in Virginia.
Awesome.
Well, we're going to kidnap, let's see, UCM Pigs, Sean. We're going to kidnap him for a little bit. So, Keltfire, yeah, come on. I actually have kind of dabbled with the route there. And one thing I want to do is the
Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel.
Yes.
We did that last year at during Ocean City Bike Week, which was a lot of fun.
It's an awesome ride. I been through it a couple times, and I've tried to video it a couple times, and it just, that's how YouTube works. You never get that video to work out like you like. So,
Yep. Tito, we're going to meet him June 5th at Yankee Harley Davidson. And kickstands up there is what time?
11:30.
11:30. So we should be there by 9:30, 9:45, the latest.
And anybody that's out there, if you want to ride, you want to just ride one state, you want to ride a few states, you want to ride all 22 states. If you are looking for somebody to share a hotel with, you can get on our website and send us a message. We do have a list going of people that are looking to, split the hotel costs, share rooms with people, and the states that they're traveling through. So, please feel free to shoot us a message if that's something you're interested in or looking for. We can help connect you with somebody else that's looking for that same thing.
Yep. We have a request for Southern Wisconsin or Northern Illinois yet.
We did
Illinois last year
and Wisconsin last year.
Yeah.
So
They
he's
make
about a year late and a couple dollars short.
Yeah.
So if you guys look in the description, I do have all the links to all the social medias, to include the website for 22 and 22, and also a link for his Venmo. So if you wanted to make a donation and you're not going to be there, or if you're going to be there and you want to make a donation, you could still do that in the link in the description. There is a link to his Venmo. I believe it's Venmo. Yes, it's his Venmo, that you can sit there and make a donation to him.
Virginia's date. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but I'm not on the
date
yeah.
is June 1st. Monday, June 1st is Virginia's date.
Happened to see that. Fat Glide wanted to know what the Chesapeake, Virginia date was. So,
yep. I'm pretty sure Fat Glide and Kelpfire, if they could get off of work, they'll definitely be there. And I know Corey will probably come meet us on June 5th, and same with Rhodey, because Rhodey lives in Rhode Island.
Yeah, Rhodey did make a mention that he was going to try his best to do it. That's something we get that a lot when we're calling and setting up the dealerships. They're like, well, that's a Wednesday. Can you do Saturday? It's like, well, the problem is 22 states, 22 days. Somebody gets a Monday, somebody gets a Wednesday.
It just falls.
It's just how it works out,
Yeah.
Right?
Fortunate for me, it's a Friday in Connecticut. I only have to take a half a day because we have half day Fridays during the summer. So I only have to take a half a day.
Well, there you go. That means you can go Friday, Saturday, and then head back Sunday, right?
Well, I do have a shot to run. I do have a shot to run out in the garage. So
Yeah.
and there's people who are going to want to get their bikes worked on and upgraded, things like that. But I have blocked off that whole day Friday for just this event. And now that I know there's a nice long ride, and if there wasn't, I was going to ask if I could ride out with you to your next stop.
We actually had more than you would think last year that showed up. They wanted to support, but had other options to do. So a lot of them would ride to the first stop or the first gas stop and then beat feet and go on, which we appreciated having them. It looked good for the TV cameras when they showed up. So,
Yep. Well, I'll be there with the Instant 360 and my Instant 360 Ace Pro 2. We're going to do a lot of recording of it. Definitely be tagging you in it and your organization, and we got to make all that happen. So, what's your goal this year for funds to be raised?
We're going to shoot for 22,000 again. We really would like to hit that number this year. Again, 22 for us is that magic number because it's actually 22 veterans a day, not a month. It's 22 veterans a day that commit suicide.
Yep.
And so, to be able to raise $22,000, we would love to blow that number out of the water, of course. But our goal was 22,000.
Yep. And it's going to be a good ride. I mean, I can't wait to see the route you pick going from Bristol, Connecticut, out to Rhode Island. I can't wait to see the route you pick. There's some great roads out this way. I don't know if you plan on doing any highway riding, but there's some great roads out this way.
We get questions about that every time. Everybody's like, "Oh, how do you do 22 states in 22 days?" It's actually not that bad. The big rides are usually about 400 miles. We try and avoid the highway if possible. I mean, like when we was out in, I think it was Wisconsin, there was just no way to get across Wisconsin without jumping on the big road and going.
Yep.
But yeah, when we can avoid the big roads, we do. Anybody that's seen my channel knows I'm a huge fan of Roadside America. The dumb things on the side of the road, the giant doctor's bag or the pink elephant or, the thumbtack
or the Pez factory in Connecticut, because that's my favorite. We have to go to the Pez factory. We're going.
That is literally.
I am not
skipping. Less than 15 minutes from me.
I am going. I said, man, if I wish I could find somebody, I'm glad you live close to them. I said, I'm going to find somebody that can just start going there and shipping them to me, because there's nothing better than the Pez straight from the factory.
Yes. Anybody that's coming through Connecticut at any time, hit the Pez factory. They're not hard when you get them from the factory. They're so much better than
and
what
you can
get
buy
on
the
shelf.
color you want by the bucket.
And here's the funny thing. My wife and I, we've lived in Connecticut our whole life. We've never been.
Oh my gosh.
What? You're missing out.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're coming up from Plainfield, New Jersey to Connecticut. Do you have a place you're staying in Connecticut?
We do have a place we're staying in Connecticut. Give me 1 second here, and I will tell you which hotel it is. Let me pull out my trusty little book here. Connecticut. We are staying at the Holiday Inn in Southington. Is that right?
Southington?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. That is where we're staying in Connecticut.
Cancel it. You guys could stay here.
Well, we have at this point, it looks like 16 people traveling all 22 with us. So,
okay,
you're gonna.
I can't house 22 people.
How big's that shop in the garage?
It's only 24 by 24. I can't fit 22 bikes. But I was
that's our
making an option out there for you. But wow, you got quite a bit of people making the whole trip with you. That's awesome.
Last year we had 10 people that made the whole trip. 10. I think it was 8 bikes.
9 bikes.
11
bikes. People, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and 11 people. Most of them are coming back this year. We believe last year we did not have a chase vehicle. And by chase vehicle, I don't mean a truck and trailer. I just mean another vehicle behind us to carry paperwork and T-shirts and stuff like that. We're not
all the event stuff.
Yeah, all the event stuff. But I do believe we have one this year, so that's another plus for us. So when we get to the different stops, we will have T-shirts available if they go with us. So.
Yeah, last year we had some, but for the most part, we had to take orders because we didn't have a vehicle to follow us, and there was just not, traveling 22 states, we have to have the bike hold your own clothes, but not everything for the event. So, but hopefully this year, the game plan is to have
in Marysville, Ohio, or is that your first stop?
That is where we're starting at. Yes, Marysville will be putting on a bike night on Thursday night, and then Friday morning we'll do our morning thing, and we'll head for Kentucky.
Yeah, so Thursday night is our kickoff celebration at No Cages, Harley Davidson, and then we will be heading out there on Friday morning, the 22nd, May 22nd. We were even able to get it started on the 22nd this year.
Have you gotten any resistance from any Harley dealerships that want to be involved with this, or?
We just hit our first snag. We've had all the dealerships secured now since probably the 1st of October. But then we just got a message just this past week from a dealership that said, "Oh, by the way, our owner requires you to purchase insurance for doing your event at our dealership." And I did some checking into the insurance, and it was going to cost us between $600 and $1,000 to have an hour and a half event at this dealership. And I kindly said, we don't take anything for ourselves out of the money that we raise. So none of our expenses, nobody receives a salary. So that means our board members would have to front that money for insurance. And I said, I just can't justify spending $1,000 for an hour and a half at a dealership.
Yep. Time to
we
go.
just dropped that dealership.
Pick up another one.
Yeah. And actually one of our sponsors is Rick Rack.
Yep.
And Rick Rack is doing the dinner for us the night before. So they're hosting the bike night dinner. And then they just said, we'll just have the event here in the morning too. So Rick Rack is going to do the event, and they're going to do the bike night dinner the night before.
And we can't say enough about them. That's an excellent group of people that will bend over backwards and 9 ways to Sundays to make sure everything's right for you.
Yeah. Great people.
My experience with them at the rallies has always been a positive thing. Mm-hmm. I don't have a bad thing to say about them. If I did, I wouldn't even say anything about them. I wouldn't even mention them. But hats off to Rick Rack, for stepping up for you. That's amazing that they stepped up and filled the void because the dealership said you need to have this.
And the dealership just notified us. I mean, this was literally this week. So we've had the dealership secured since October, and there was never a mention of it up until just this week. So,
wow. So Moto Mabel says he loves how this is growing.
Yes.
Yeah, this year especially has been. I mean, last year was a little rough being the first year. You can expect that. But this year, when we called, the dealerships were yes. And there was even one that took a minute to get back to us. And when they called us back, they're like, no, we have to be a part of this. You don't understand. We have to be a part of this. So somehow the word has gotten out there. And it's a known thing now. So, people were more than willing to.
And for me, it's so important for people to understand that, we started this organization because Jason himself is a 100% disabled veteran. He suffers with PTSD and TBI. And I know those hard days are really hard. Absolutely. But Jason has a support system. So he has myself, he has our daughter, he has our granddaughter. And so when he has those hard days, he has somebody there that can kind of keep him reeled in, is the way I describe it.
Having your coping skills.
Correct. But to know that there are veterans out there that don't have a support system, not saying that I understand, but you can see how those hard days could become so bad not having that support system. So for us, that's the whole reason that I said to him, we need to start this organization and we need to do this right. And we need to make people aware. And we also want the veterans out there to know that they do have a support system, that we are here, we do care, and we're doing this because we want them to have a support system.
Yep. I'm a big advocate for helping veterans get the help they need. And you can lead a horse to water, but I will give them all the resources that are available to them that won't cost them a dime.
Yep.
Help a few of them get service connected so they can actually open up a few more doors to resources. Because if they're not service connected with the VA, a lot of those doors are closed and locked. But as soon as you get that service connected disability, a lot of those unlocked doors swing wide open and welcome you in with open arms. Now, is it a perfect system? Absolutely not. However, it's better than nothing.
Yes.
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 And did you want to talk about strong?
Yeah, but you can do it. And that's another reason that we partnered with Strive, the organization Strive. Again, like you said, the VA is great and there are doors that are open there. The issue is it can be a process, and a long process. And if a veteran finally steps up and says, I need help or I want help, if that process takes the typical length that it sometimes is to get in the VA, a lot of them will be like, see, I told you, they don't really want to help me. They just give up. Well, the organization Strive that we partner with can get these veterans into treatment in 2 to 3 days. Mm-hmm. And the majority of that is really getting them on an airplane if they're not, right here, either in Ohio or the new location this year that just opened up in Vermont. So that's the longest process of it, is actually getting them on a plane and to the location for treatment.
Well, I found the biggest challenge helping veterans is tell them, hey, we need to get your latest DD-214 and we need to get you plugged into the system.
Yeah.
Just them getting that piece of paper or I had it, I lost it, I don't know where it is. Okay, we could get a copy. We just need to go through the process of doing it. And a lot of veterans don't want to do the process. They want it done for them. I look at them and says, look, this is for you. Mm-hmm. What you put into it, you get out of it.
Yeah.
This is the work you need to do to start. And if you don't have the courage to start, let me know now, and then we can find other avenues. I'm not going to leave you high and dry.
Yeah.
But we're going to find another avenue. But the path of least resistance is we need to get you your DD-214. Then we need to get you plugged into the system. Once you're plugged into the system and you go see some doctors and all that, then we'll get you plugged into Comp and Pen. Once you're plugged into Comp and Pen and you get your service disability rating, and don't do it alone, get a VSO.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right off the bat. And if they say no once, doesn't mean no forever.
Correct.
You can always appeal it. And believe it or not, once that no becomes a yes, and I tell them all the time, your Comp and Pen check was backdated to the date of the original file of the claim.
Mm-hmm.
So even at a 10% disability, which is, a couple $100, mm-hmm. that is backdated back. That could lead to a couple $1,000. Now, if it's higher rating, there could be anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000. That can be backdated, and you get a nice big check. So it's worth it in the long run.
So, one of the big things I tell guys when they're putting in for their stuff, I tell them, send everything in. Send in your DD-214. Send in, everything you can find. The easier it is for that guy sitting at that desk to not have to look, the more he's willing to push you through. If he's got to look and see where you were stationed at, or he's got to look and see where this record is or that record, just give them everything and go for it.
And like you're saying, that is something that we do. We actually will connect them, with the right person in their area, and not just the vet, but caregivers of vets. I mean, I know when I went through the process to become Jason's caregiver, I mean, you're talking, it took 2.5 years to become his caregiver, and it's a long process too. So we want the caregivers out there to be able to reach out to us too. And we have connections for them, people that they can contact to make their process a little bit smoother too. Even if it's just giving them the steps to take, do this, do that, do this, and have it all ready when you call, it does make the process smoother.
Yep. And I tell them all the time, even if you get a 0% rating that is service connected, you're still going to get treated for that disability,
mm-hmm.
and you won't get charged for it. So
Correct.
0% is not a bad thing.
No.
I mean, I use hearing loss as an example. Hearing loss maxes out at 10%, and so it's either 0 or 10%. Even if you're at 0% and you have hearing loss, then if you ever need hearing aids, it's covered by the VA.
Yeah, that's right.
And those hearing aids are like Pimp Daddy hearing aids.
Oh yeah,
they're Bluetooth. They're everything.
I'm looking because he's got them in his ears right now.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome. And they're free.
Yeah, I can sit and watch YouTube all day and she don't even know I got the phone turned on.
Like my glasses, I get free eyeglasses from the VA. These are free from the VA. I mean, that is a great benefit. Yeah, that people don't realize it, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's awesome that you do this. This is amazing. What is one thing you're looking forward to the most on these 22 days on the road?
This year, I'm going to say the bike. Honestly, the thing for me, the biggest part of this is meeting the people, talking about the stories. And it doesn't matter. We would go into a restaurant last year and somebody say, well, you know, anytime you show up with a bunch of bikes, everybody's like, what are you doing? Where are you going? And last year at the gas station, we was at a gas stop and I was standing in line, I don't know, paying for coffee or gas or something like that.
Yeah.
And the guy in front of me said, hey, what's all these bikes? And I said, well, we're on a ride, 22 states in 22 days to raise awareness to veteran suicide. That's all I said. The guy bought a pack of gum, had a...
I think it was his last 20 bucks.
Yeah, and handed me the change and said, here, put this towards the cause. That's a good thing you guys are doing.
The people are amazing.
Yes.
The stories that you hear and the people's lives that we touched and the connections that we made with these people. And it was everywhere. Somebody's mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle. Almost everyone you come in contact with has some type of story that's related to veteran suicide.
Yes.
And
you know, you serve long enough in the military, you're going to know, or if you have family members that's been in the military, you're going to hear of or know somebody that lost their battle with their demons.
Yep.
I mean, two right off the top of my head. One was a pilot, one was one of my door gunners.
Mm-hmm.
Two separate deployments, two separate areas of operation, and it's heart-wrenching.
Yeah, very much so.
And I was one of the people, maybe about 30 years ago, I'd say, oh, suicide is so, you know, selfish and you know, all about you. And it's not, you know, once you get a good understanding of what that person's thought process is, mm-hmm. and get an idea of what they're going through, then you have a better understanding of it. And now you can sympathize with that veteran or that person and help them through the fog. You know, if anything, just be a beacon of light through that fog. That's my hope with helping other veterans, because, you know, I'm tired of going to funerals because someone committed suicide.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize veteran suicide is not like civilian, for lack of a better word, suicide. They don't start giving away all their possessions and they don't start saying goodbyes. Right. They already done that when they joined the military.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's all.
The warning signs are not the same.
No, they are not. I mean, one of my pilots, he was a captain, and, you know, he was plugged into the system. He was getting the help. He was on his medications. He'd come home, his three little girls run up and yell, "Daddy, Daddy," and hug him. Had a wife that loved him to death, do anything for him. And, you know, so he had the love and the support around him, and he still lost that battle. Yeah. It's heart-wrenching.
Yeah, it is.
You know, you're talking about, you know, he's a captain, he's educated, he's not just civilian education, but a military education. He's been around the block a few times, you know, and you sit there and you go, wow, it is so wrong. And he's in the Rhode Island Veteran Cemetery as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, to raise this awareness, I mean, like I said, it touched my heart. And when I saw that you were coming to Connecticut, I looked at my wife and says, I'm taking this day off.
Well, we're glad that you'll be joining us.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
And we will have, when we are on the ride this year, before we leave for this year's ride, we will have the states, the tentative route for and next year's states with us. So we'll know what next year's will be. Before we hit the road for 2026, we'll have 2027 states laid out.
I can imagine it's going to be probably the Pacific Northwest area.
Next year is supposed to be the West Coast. So
how did I guess?
Midwest, East Coast, and now we're headed to the West. This route is taking me a little bit longer to secure because those states are a little bit further apart, but
a little bit bigger.
But we will make it happen. We will make it happen.
When you're in Northern California, I believe that's where his dealership is. I would say stop in at Robert Patrick's Harley Davidson.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he would be on board with that.
Well, now I don't know. I may not do that.
Yes, we are.
We were in DC doing what do we do? Rolling Thunder. We've done that for several years. And we're in DC and I'm at the dealership and I'm looking around trying to find my wife. She's standing over here talking to Robert Patrick. And somewhere around here we have a picture of him and her arm in arm standing there smiling and guess who was taking the picture? So I don't know if I trust him.
Well, I mean, I reached out to him to bring him in as a guest, not to talk about his acting career or any of that.
Yeah.
Talk about his journey with motorcycling and Harley Davidson and all that. I reached for the stars, but I've not gotten a response, which I'm not surprised nor am I disappointed, but I'm not upset over it because I'm pretty sure that this public relation officer or somebody that's not him directly.
Yes.
So what was your biggest success from last year's 22 states, other than completing it in 22 days?
I would have to say it was at Man of War, wasn't we? When
you have to tell me what you're thinking.
The reporter asked the question.
Yes, it was at Man of War.
We was at Man of War, which was just one state from being done with it. One of the reporters said, I'll bet you guys are tired after doing 20, because that would be 23rd state, after doing 23 states.
No, that would have been our 21st state.
21st state. Yeah, I'm going the other way. This is your 21st state. You're tired. You've done all these miles. I'll bet you'll be happy to get home. And the wife looked at me and looked at him and said, no, we could keep going if it wasn't for our daughter and our grandbaby. So it was the people we met, the conversations we had. It was unbelievably enjoyable. It was amazing.
I think the people that we touched and the people that touched us made the whole ride. I mean, it just literally, those stories are something that we will never forget.
And the friendships you make along the way.
Oh, yes, very much so.
You know, I mean, I got a leg up on a lot of people because we met and hung out at the Cackleberry down at Daytona Beach a couple times. It was a great time. And now we're going to have an even better time. And now we'll actually get to ride together.
Yeah.
So Motor Ambulance has got a great idea. It's going to probably take a lot of administration work, but any plans of having multiple rides simultaneously, maybe a group in different areas of the country at the same time?
We actually just talked about that last week. So this year, last year we just had the Riding 22 and 22 ride, but then that's all we had planned. But then pretty much the same group of us that traveled together in the 22 states then traveled 21 states in 21 days to do a couple veteran suicide awareness rides. And so we would like to start planning some additional rides, not just our big ride. So we would plan, rides. Okay, everybody, we're going to ride to, we're going to pick a location, say a military memorial on the 22nd of this month. And we'd like everybody in their state, putting together out there. The challenge for us is just finding people in other states that are willing to kind of like show up and be the head person.
Jason
Yeah,
and
Jason and Angela
Angela
in that state for the rides to take place on the same day. So it's growing our volunteers. You know, as our volunteers grow in the different states, that is a goal. We would love to be able to do that on top of our 22 state and 22 day ride.
No. See, Evil Rick got it right here. The people, you meet the bestest people when you ride a motorcycle. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I've got to meet and hang out with Evil Rick, and I've had a couple beers or some moonshine, and we just hung out at Mob of the Mountains, had a great time.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we're actually going to Moonshine Harley Davidson, and I've heard tell that they sell Harley Davidson moonshine at Moonshine Harley Davidson.
if it's got a barcode on it, it's not real moonshine.
Yeah. Well, I got some real moonshine on our trip down to Virginia.
Yeah.
We stopped in at a Hatfield McCoy moonshine distillery.
Oh, there you go.
And he was letting us sample the moonshine, and none of them that he had out there were really to my liking. I don't really like the taste of alcohol, so I kind of like it to taste not like alcohol. And he said, hang on just a minute. And he went to the back and came out with a mason jar, no label. No, he's like, this is for my locals. And it was blackberry moonshine, and it had actual blackberries in it. And it was absolutely incredible.
Well, you missed it this year at the Cackleberry because I was running around with a gallon of homemade creamsicle moonshine. And the actual moonshine that I got from Tito, which was made in a basement, but it's Puerto Rican style moonshine.
Oh, wow.
And I could tell you, and I'm sure Stacy could affirm this, plus my friend Victoria, who's one of the shot girls at the Cackleberry, it is dangerously delicious.
Yes.
She took a sip, and I warned her it's dangerously delicious, highly potent. Don't drink a lot of it. So she took a sip and then proceeded to down half a pint.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm sorry, half a quart. She drank a pint of it.
Yeah.
She was face down and bottoms up the rest of the night.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is dangerously delicious.
Yes.
But this year I plan on doing something different for Mob of the Mountains with the moonshine. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Robert Boquicchio had some of it here too. This is damn moonshine.
Smooth shine is a bad set of words to be together.
Yeah.
Well, when you open it, you could smell the moonshine, but you couldn't taste it.
Whew. Not good.
All it tasted like was a thawed out creamsicle ice cream bar.
Oh, wow.
I'd have been laying next to the shot girl.
Mm-hmm. Guns will tell you too. It's good. He had quite a bit of it at Mob in the Mountains, and so did Meg and cameraman Mike. They had quite a bit of it. But yeah, it was a good time. So the goal is a minimum of 22,000 this year.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to.
And
hitting that.
Okay.
All right, what does she got?
Up there.
There we are.
Tickets.
Yes.
You guys are raffling off a motorcycle.
We are raffling off a motorcycle this year. It was donated by Moto Boutique. That's where our celebration ceremony will be. June 13th, we'll have a celebration ceremony after we've completed the 22-day ride. It will be custom. It will be a custom painted 2006 Harley Davidson Heritage Softail. It is in the works of getting its overhaul right now. It's paint job, and it will have a custom saddleman seat.
Oh,
and Clearview Shields has donated a new windshield for it, and a couple other little surprises that will be along with it.
It started out a looker.
Yeah.
But
it's going to be amazing.
I mean, I want to give away some secrets on it,
no,
but
not yet.
The bike started out a looker, and the guy is going through it top to bottom, make sure it's in good shape. It's going to end up with the exhaust is getting changed, the air cleaner cover is getting changed, the front rim has been changed.
It's going to be beautiful.
It has hard saddlebags that are the one-touch hard saddlebag. It's amazing.
So, question here from PA Bikers: where would someone go to buy that ticket?
Well, you can purchase them online right now. Tickets are able to be purchased online right now, and we will do two things. We will send you an email copy of your ticket, and then we will actually physically mail you your ticket stub. In the state of Ohio, we're required that you get your ticket stub. So we will actually physically mail you your stub. You can get them at all of the stops on the event as well. So they will be sold on the event. The drawing will be at our celebration ceremony on the 13th of June. We will draw for the motorcycle. So
the website is 22and22.info.
It is writing 22 in 22 VSA for Veteran Suicide Awareness.com.
Yep. Okay.
But they are on there now. We've already sold some raffle tickets. They're $22 a piece, or $5 for $100. So, yeah, you can get them right now online.
Okay, so there's no limit to what somebody could buy.
Nope. We thought about that when we first started, but the whole purpose is to raise the money for our veterans, so we really don't want to limit it.
So, how many tickets are available?
We currently have 1,000.
Oh, okay. So you have 1 in 1,000 chance of winning.
That is correct. And you do not have to be present to win. You will have to be the one to make arrangements to get the bike to yourself. Riding 22 and 22 is not responsible for shipping it to you or anything like that. You will have to, and then that's in the rules.
Trailer, go on out to Ohio, pick up the bike.
That's correct. You'll have to come to Ohio to pick up the bike or arrange to have it shipped. It will be at Moto Boutique. So if you want to do that, you can arrange shipping with Moto Boutique.
Moto Boutique, the people who donated the bike, is a motorcycle dealer.
Yeah.
So they will be able to help you with all the title work, all that stuff you need to do. So, yep.
Nice.
Come out to Ohio and ride at home, or have it shipped to you. Come out
and join us for the celebration ceremony, and
then when I call you,
yeah.
When I call the winner, your phone can ring in the crowd.
Hey, there you go. Or if you're available, jump on your bike and ride out to the celebration and see if you won.
That is correct.
Yeah,
that is correct.
Now, riding 2 bikes home, that might be a little difficult, but
bring somebody with you, and they can ride back.
Yep.
Or if it must really be ridden that far, I suppose I could volunteer my time to ride it for you.
So tomorrow night, we talked about the Texas Roadhouse. Go eat and help out 22 and 22. Make sure you have a flyer. If somebody doesn't have the flyer, they could go to your Instagram and print one out. They could go to your YouTube and print one out. You could go to your Facebook and print one out. Your TikTok, you can print one out. And also, I believe on the website, you can print one out.
And you don't even have to print it out. All you have to do, you can show them right on your phone. You can pull up our website, and all you have to do is show them a picture of it. You don't have to have a physical printed copy. You can just show them a picture of it on the website. They scan. Most of them have like a barcode on it. And if not, all they have to do is see the flyer before you pay, and your 10% will go to riding 22 and 22.
That is a great thing you got going on with Texas Roadhouse.
Yes, it is.
I think that's a phenomenal plan. And when you launched that this was happening and it was going to be in my state, I put it out to everybody and anybody in the area. I'm going to be here at this time. You want to eat? Let's eat.
Yes. Yeah. And some of our board members live in different states that we have the Texas Roadhouse locations in. Also, some of the dealerships are going to show up at the Texas Roadhouses, and they're going to have a table there. Most of them that are coming will have our flyer with the map for this year. So yeah, some of them will even be having bake sales. Texas Roadhouse has allowed us, we can sell raffle tickets there. So if there's a board member in that state, they may be there with raffle tickets. But again, if not, you can certainly purchase them online.
Yep. So Big Mike, who lives here in Connecticut, goes, so we meet at the Chesapeake Bay Bridge on June 1st. So when you come across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, are you coming all the way up 13 to 95, or?
We don't have the
Sure.
we don't have the exact route. We're definitely crossing the Bay Bridge because that's what we want, Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
Or are you taking the ferry from Lewis, Delaware to Cape May, New Jersey?
Say it again.
There's a ferry that goes from Lewis, Delaware to Cape May, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
That if you want to take it, you have to make reservations.
Okay.
And there's limited space available with time slots. But the nice part of it is you blow away you don't go through Baltimore, you don't go to the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, you miss the majority of the New Jersey Turnpike.
Oh yeah, I kind of like that idea.
Yeah. And it puts you out close to Bert from Baggers and Brews.
Okay.
I think
we'll have to look into that.
I don't know if I sent him a message or not.
Mike's not a boat fan. He'll go around.
Yeah.
I'm on the boat on the way to Ocean City, not on the way back.
I actually looked when we were setting up the dealerships. I had noticed that the Chesapeake Bay Bridge took me straight up through as opposed to going around. And I'm like, oh, we definitely got to do that. I think everybody can handle the charge, but
yeah, it. Where do you ride, by the way?
What do we ride? Go ahead.
I actually have what I will be taking on a ride this year is my 2015. It's an Ultra, and it's currently sitting at 88,000 miles on it.
Grace is her name.
Yes, her name is Grace.
Speaking of veterans, and here we got quite a few veterans in here. Tweedle being one of them. Evil Rick being another one. Rolling Throttle's another veteran. Quite a few veterans in here.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's family tends to stick together. The veteran family always sticks together. You have to, because we'll help each other out more than anybody else.
A veteran is always willing to help another veteran. They don't need help, but they're willing to help another veteran.
Absolutely. I don't need help. Until
I got this.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You ask a veteran, how you doing? I'm fine. Or I'm okay. That means he's not. That veteran is not. That means they need help. Yep. RBL Jackson's a vet. Nice.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. If I ask you how you're doing, I want the long version.
Yep. And of course, my wife is vet. So I know there's quite a lot of vets on YouTube, and also a whole lot of throughout social media.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Greg. We used to go through our physical health assessment every year in the Guard, and we go through behavioral health. And one time I decided to mess with them, and they said, "So how are you doing today?" I looked at them with a straight face. I was like, "Oh, we're all doing just fine today." She goes,
Yeah.
"What?" I said, "Yeah, we're all getting along. We're not fighting." She goes, "Who's we all?" I said, "Me, myself, and I. All three of us."
Everybody up here.
He's reaching for the phone. I'm like, I'm only joking. Relax.
We need pills and white coats in here, stat.
Yeah. Yeah. And no, right. I do like the Marines. I think you guys are great at eating crayons.
Well, the Navy needs somebody to look up to.
Well, yeah, I always say the Navy created the Marines because they needed a men's department
Yep.
and dance partners.
They all shower together, so it's all the same thing,
So were you Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines?
Me?
Yes.
I was Army.
And my dad was Navy.
Well, you know, I'm sorry to hear that about your dad. We all make our mistakes in life.
Yeah. From an Army, from
Navy, they got really big guns.
Wife.
They got really big guns and the best pilots in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and let's not forget the SEALs. They're not really Navy, but they're part of it, but they're not really.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this. So your completion, you're starting on what day?
May 22nd.
May 22nd, and your end date is June.
Our end date is June 12th, and then our celebration ceremony will take place on June 13th.
Wow. That's awesome. That's an ambitious schedule that you have.
It really is a lot of fun. I mean, we had so much fun on that trip last year. I just it sounds like it's such a crazy schedule, but we really enjoyed our time, and the people that rode all 22 states with us. I mean, we were family when we started, but by the time we were done that 22 state trip, we were beyond. It was kind of weird to go home and not be having dinner with these same 12 people that we'd been on this ride with for 22 days. So yeah, we really became family.
That's awesome. That really is. And you raised money for a great cause that it's overlooked by a lot of government agencies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen the government spend money on research on the silliest things.
Yeah.
You know, like why does an armpit smell when it's sweating?
Yeah.
Well, 10 million into that research.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
We'll give you 100,000.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do that research if it wasn't for the veterans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I Googled it one time. I think it said most people only go through 12 states in their lifetime. And I wrote it down because I didn't believe it. It said the average motorcycle travels 1,000 miles a year. I mean, granted, there's some of us that are way on the other side of that, but
1,000 miles a year?
That's what I was like, no, there's no way. But I do know quite a few, and I mean, I don't know how to say it, but bike nighters, but there's a lot of them. That's all they do is I was that way one time when I was young. I still laugh at it to the day that we would call each other up and say, hey, it's a beautiful day. Let's get the bikes out. And all we did was go to the bar and then another bar, and then go home. You do that, you're not going to make 1,000 miles a year. So,
well, and I know people who buy a motorcycle, they park it in the garage. When they have picnics or parties, they back it out and they talk about all these great rides they want to do. And then when the party's over, they put it away. And I always say, if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
yeah.
If you want to ride 1,000 miles a day or 1,000 miles a year,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine. That's up to you. I cannot commit to 1,000 miles a day or a 22-day trip like you're doing again, because I have what they call a job.
Yeah.
But I do respect everybody's commitment as long as they ride.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, in there, My Done Life is saying, some of the people rode over 5,000 miles. Our actual trip last year was 500 and some odd mile. I think 5,042 miles or something like that. That was our 22 state trip last year. I think this year is going to be closer to just 5,000 because a lot of those states are a lot closer together on the East Coast.
Connecticut's small, Rhode Island small.
Yeah, so we'll probably be right about 5,000 because we actually had to stop in Georgia last year. Fraser's Harley Davidson cleared their entire afternoon for us last year in Georgia and did oil change for all of our riders. Everybody needed a 5,000 mile oil change in Georgia last year. So Fraser's literally cleared their entire afternoon, and we came in the afternoon and they changed all the oils. They were absolutely incredible. We are going back to their dealership this year in Georgia. They did a great job. Yeah. Great people, great event. And so when we knew we were going up the East Coast this year, we reached out and they're like, absolutely. We definitely want to be a part of it again.
Yeah. Nice. DDK bought an 8-year-old bike with 700 miles on it.
Jeez.
Wow.
And that's awesome that you could get those bikes available. I have a Road King Classic on the lift. It's a 100th anniversary. It's a 2003. And it's only got 9,000 miles on it.
What's on mine?
6.
I get 6,000? Yeah, I got 6. Oh, no, I got 16,000.
I don't know.
I think I have 16,000. I have a 2003 anniversary edition.
Nice. So, I mean, and the guy just bought the bike, so we're going through and we're getting everything up to snuff so he can ride it this year. So the bike's going to get a good exercise. Hopefully. Yeah. You know? To get a first front. Yeah. You know, you could give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You give a man a motorcycle, he'll ride that 1,000 miles to go get that fish and chip sandwich.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that's just how it is. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to June 5th. I got it in my calendar. I'm going to be there around 9:30, 9:45. I'm going to leave my house right about probably about 8:45. So it's not that far for me. I'll just blast up the highway to Route 6 there. Bring it right into Bristol.
All right, that'll work.
Thank you.
That'll work.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I know a lot of people through the paths we're traveling, and I can't wait to get up into the New England states. A lot of those people don't travel very far, so I'll get to meet a lot of people that most people don't meet. So,
yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great trip because have you ever been up in the New England states before?
We went to.
I think it's been like 4 years ago now. We did. We used to take a 10-day trip each year. Jason and I would just get on the bike and we would go for 10 days. And I think 4, maybe even 5 years ago now, we did we rode up the East Coast.
We did the A1A, and New Hampshire was the one. I think it was New Hampshire was the one that I was just blasted by. I could not believe how beautiful it was out there. I mean, you're in Maine. Yeah, you're in this part of the state. It takes you 2 hours to go 20 miles, but then you get to this part of the state, you go forever, and there's just beautiful scenery. And,
until you see the sign say, "Welcome to Canada," eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a Canada one year too.
Yeah.
We did.
Well, one of the trips I want to take with my wife is we want to ride out to Prince Edward Island.
Mm.
You can actually ride all the way out to Prince Edward Island.
Yeah.
And then I want to ride the island and then come home. Yeah. I think that'd be a really good trip to spend that time on the bike with your spouse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best. I know I have my own bike and people always say to me, why don't you ride your own bike when you go on these trips? Well, for me, I don't feel like we're on the same trip. Like, I feel like we're having 2 separate vacations. If we're going on a long trip, I want to be on the back, not to mention I like to take pictures. So I can't do that when I'm riding my own bike.
Now, do you use any communications between the two of you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have Cardos. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. We have Cardo. Cardo is also a sponsor of the ride.
Yeah. Cardo's one.
Awesome. Awesome.
So yeah, we have Cardos between us, but like I said, it's just first of all, I worry about him. He worries about me, and so it's the ride is not as enjoyable, I don't think. When we're doing local stuff or within the state of Ohio, we ride, or Kentucky, the states around here. But when we're doing this big trip, I want to be on the bike with him.
Yeah. I don't blame you one bit. I mean, I love it when my wife's on the back. It's like being hugged all day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do that when you're riding. It's kind of nice.
A couple pillows back there,
Yeah. That's a good backrest back here.
Absolutely. My friend Tito did 11,000 miles in 8 months on his brand new bike. I know. I did all the services on it. Only but one, because he had it done out in Sturgis and I wasn't there. But that's okay. He had Amsoil Adam do it.
No.
What?
We did 13 in 3 months.
Yeah.
Last year. I think last year we did 13,500 miles in 3 months.
Because when we got back from the 22 ride, I got this harebrained idea. There was a group Ride to Zero out in Utah.
Holding their annual ride.
And I thought, how cool would it be if we go out there and ride with them? And that's eventually what I would like to run into, the several group rides like Patrick was talking about.
Yeah.
Was to get several of these 22 groups together to all do their ride at the same time. There's one, I want to say they're up in Connecticut that I hooked up with, and they're going to meet us when we go up that way.
Yeah.
Mission 22 or something like that.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. I have reached out to a lot of the 22 bike groups and got a response out of them.
Now, Hannah Jarowitz, a very good friend of mine. She's like a sister to me. She's a therapist by trade, and she says she treats a lot of active duty, military, and vets and focus on this very same topic.
That's awesome. We appreciate people like that.
Oh, yeah. She's very good at what she does. Trust me, she does. She's very good at it. She doesn't treat me or see me because I'm too close. But
Yeah.
she's very good at what she does. Hello, Hannah. Good to see you, darling. So, any plans on replacing your bike as you come up to that 100,000 mile mark?
That depends on who you ask.
I would love to have a new bike and put 100,000 miles on it. I'm not a huge fan of the M8. Mine is a 103 with the 6-speed, which I think is one of the best things Harley's done in quite a while. I would love to replace my 103 and keep going, because I don't think I'm going to get the funds for a new bike, and replacing the 103 and keep going is not a bad thing. The 103 I have now has, I think, an air cleaner, but I know it has slip-ons. It don't even have a tuner, and it has been a beast. It has been very dependable, very reliable. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I don't know. I would love to eventually put 2 on this just to say I did it, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what they come up with between now and when
Next year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it definitely won't be new. It would be, I mean, I like the GPS stuff they're coming up with when it works.
Well, now with the 24s and 25s with that new radio, the GPS on it is a paid subscription.
We did hear that.
I don't want to pay for that.
I heard you pay once and you got it. And then if somebody trades it in, they already paid for it, you get it. But I don't know that mine's a 15, and I am more than happy with it, and I have GPS if I need it. So
Waze.
Well, actually, I use the Harley app because of the shareability of it. I don't trust them. I put it on my Apple Maps and then transfer this waypoints to my Harley app, but I use the Harley app because of the shareability and I'll be able to put it on the website eventually, what path will be taken, and everybody will be on the same page. When Harley come out with that app, I was really impressed. I love the idea. And I'll stop there.
Yeah. Let's see. He hasn't cracked the frame on this one yet. Okay.
Well, there's a story behind that. I did Route 66 when the Badgers did their Route 66. I was out there doing that. And I lost a back tire at 80 mile an hour and hit the side of the road. Took it to Harley's shop. They put 2 new tires on it, said it was in good shape, take it on. So I left Arizona, rode out to California, and then back to Ohio. My insurance man come in and looked at the bike and said, don't ever ride it again. It's got a cracked frame on it.
Yeah.
So I get rid of that bike.
That's a total. I'm not sure if it's a subscription base or is it a one-time purchase. I'm not 100% sure. I just hear things, and it might be just a one-time purchase. Or it might be a subscription. I don't know.
I was told it was a one-time purchase, and I did talk to one of the dealership, one of the salesmen. So we'll just preference it that way. But he said if customer A buys the bike and pays for the service plan and trades it in, customer B buys for the GPS and trades it in, customer B gets the GPS for free. But like you said,
on Road Reality, he's got a 24. He says bikes are a one-time purchase of the nav.
Okay.
So there it is. It's not a subscription-based one-time purchase, which isn't that bad if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because you're paying for it one way or another, whether it's wrapped in like in a car, whether it's wrapped into the deal or the trim package, or you're adding it to get it done. And you could either buy it from the dealer or you could buy one off the Amazon, which those are just fine, believe it or not. I've seen those chips and people use them. They're just fine for cars. Don't know how it works on the bike, but so while you're up in the beautiful Northeast, any cuisine you want to try while you're up here?
Well, last time we was up there, I tried the lobster rolls. I loved them. She's allergic to seafood, so.
But we like to try like local, like we try to do like local diners, and when we're traveling, we try to do get people to tell us the best local. You see this little hole in the wall, and there's 40 cars out there.
Well,
place to stop.
I could tell you Connecticut is the best pizza in the world.
Okay.
All right. You have world famous Pepe's and Sally's in New Haven, which are okay pizza compared to Roseland Pizza, which is like, not because they're like less than a mile from me, but just my palate. To me, it's the best pizza. Also in New Haven is the birthplace of the hamburger sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Cooked in the same exact grills from 1885 or 1895.
Wow.
I saw that. They've been cooking on the same grills for hundreds of years or whatever, and it's supposed to make the burger taste different than anywhere else.
Just don't ask for condiments, you get thrown out.
Yeah, I did see that. See, I told you I'm a roadside person. I like random facts and roadside attractions.
You didn't know?
When Thrash and Supply comes to Connecticut to hang out with East Coastin', they go there. When Lucas from Daytona Helmets was here, I took him there for lunch.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's some great food up this way. There really is. Blackie's hot dogs. Everybody in the side chat tell you, Blackie's hot dogs are the hot dogs to have. They're the best hot dogs, in my opinion, that I've ever eaten. Only available at Blackie's. You can't buy them anywhere else.
Oh, it's better than a Nathan's, huh?
Oh, Nathan's is garbage compared to that. They make their own mustard. They make their own relish. It's a hot relish, but it's a flavor hot, not a temperature hot.
Yeah.
Their hot dogs have been made for them since 1928. Same recipe, cooked the same way, and the hot dog manufacturer cannot sell those hot dogs to anybody else.
Wow.
Wow.
Hmm.
We have kind of a crazy hot dog place we go down here too.
Oh, yeah.
Hillbilly hot dog.
So this is the one of the best places to go.
Awesome.
It's the best great food in Connecticut. Up in Bristol, I really can't tell you where to eat around there.
Yeah.
Places have come and gone over the years, and it's in Southington. Can't think of anything off the top of my head in Southington. So, but there's some great roads and some great scenery, and it's a good time of the year.
That's what we're hoping is because last year we went north first and then down south, and that was
It was a little chilly.
not the
couple
best.
states.
Not the best choice of things to do. So we're going to go south and give it time to warm up before we go up there into the New England area. So.
Let's see. I did miss Tiger. We're gonna get him his points for tonight. Boom. Got to get everybody their points. You know, that shopping spree in November.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see who wins. Just like last year, I couldn't wait to see who won the suspension or the exhaust. And I can't wait to see what they buy. Because I'm basically, whoever wins, I'm going to call them up and we're going to go shopping and I'm going to order it and have it shipped directly to them.
That is cool.
That's one of the things I loved about doing YouTube. We done it with our first 100 subscribers, and then somebody mentioned, well, every 100 subscribers we'll do it again. But the giveaways I have as much fun as I think people winning. It's a blast.
Exactly. I love giving away. I've been giving away stuff at every milestone. 100 subscribers, 500 subscribers, 1,000, 3,000, 5,000. And it's just, and now with the memberships, I do giveaways for the memberships, and I take the money I make from the memberships and I put that aside. And then at the end of the year, okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I don't keep a penny of it.
Yeah. That's everything we make now. Well, it used to go to Fisher House, but it now goes to Writing 22. So
exactly.
All them annoying Amazon links and all that stuff.
I don't have Amazon links. I don't know how to do it, nor do I care to get involved with that.
I got a few of them. I don't push them hard. Mainly what we run is all with our sponsors. We have discount codes for all of our sponsors, and we run that Eagle Lights, Saddleman, Cardo, Clearview Shields.
Yep. Insta360 wanted me to sign up as an affiliate with them so I could make money off of camera sales. And I'm like, yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know? And
Yes.
are you sure? And I'm like, I told you this from the beginning. I don't do that. I don't do affiliate programs. You want to give a discount code? We'll do that.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't.
We have. I think Eagle Lights is the only one that we have like that. Everything else is just a discount code for. Eagle
Lights the only one that kicked it back. And I wasn't doing it for the kickback. They said, but it comes with it. And I'm like, well, whatever. I wanted to offer my people a product that I trusted. And when I talked to the guy, I said, well, what if I get this from you? It does what you say it's going to do, but I don't like it. He said, well, send it back to me. I'll send you your money back. I said, what? If it works like it's supposed to, only I don't like it? He said, yeah, I have a satisfaction, not an operation guarantee. So that was when I signed on with him. I was like, anybody that says I'll take care of it no matter what, then so, but yeah, that's the only one we get a kickback or whatever from. So,
so if you have time in Connecticut, there is a veterans organization that I really support here in Connecticut. It's called Homes for the Brave. and they take in homeless veterans, give them a place to live, help them translate their military experience to civilian words so they can apply for jobs with some experience. They won't come in sweeping floors that were, East platoon sergeants and platoon leaders. And if they're strung out on drugs and alcohol, they help them get clean and sober with a clinician on site and everything. They have 3 male houses and 2 female houses. They don't mix them, so there's no male females in the same house. And I think it's a great thing that they do. I've donated clothing. We've done fundraisers. Now I'm trying to finish this chopper that I started 2 years ago. That once it's done, I'm giving it to them, and then they're going to raffle it off to raise money.
Nice.
Very nice.
So, I'm almost there. I need exhaust. I need forward controls. I need a voltage regulator and a seat pan. I got to make the seat pan and make the seat. Almost there. Almost ready to send it out for powder coat. But getting companies to donate that stuff, I found, is to be very hard, even with the paperwork from the organization. Have you had that problem, trying to get companies to donate things and help out?
Yeah, and even with with our tax exempt, number, it's still sometimes a lot of times a challenge. But sometimes we have companies that are like, we always provide some type of like breakfast thing, like donuts or pastries or something like that at our events in the mornings. And last year we didn't have a problem getting those donations at all. I mean, local companies were great at, donating it and, either getting it to the dealership or the dealerships would go pick it up. And so that was an awesome thing, and plan to have that again this year.
I mean, big chain sandwich company. I don't want to say their name out loud. I mean, they're named after the trains that run under New York City and all that. You figure it out.
Yeah.
So, born and raised here in Connecticut, I approached them. This is, when you do the raffle, let us know. We'll give you a 6-foot sub. That doesn't help them.
Yeah.
We had a similar thing with a insurance company, a very large insurance company.
Yeah.
We had to go through it. First off, it was a 3-day worth of form to fill out. But the question was, what all will you have?
A bunch of the questions.
Yeah. Was what all will you have branded with our name on it?
Or what do we get out of it?
Or,
what will you be giving us if we help you out? What are we going to get in return?
Yep.
Lot of that.
I was.
Oh yeah, they're looking to see. Okay, if we're going to donate, what are we going to get out of it? And I got the paperwork from Homes for the Brave that, let's say, company A makes a product and it costs them $10 to make, and they sell it for $1,000.
Yeah.
Right? Retail's $1,000. They could write off all $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So I figured, when I got all that paperwork, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to have more parts and more things to do with. I had these great visions of grandeur and all that. I reached out. First company I reached out to was S&S, because they make a reproduction knucklehead.
Yep.
And that's what I really wanted for this chopper, was an S&S knucklehead. Sexiest motor ever made.
Yes.
In my opinion. Prove me wrong.
Yeah. Best sound.
Yep. S&S says to me, goes, hey, man, sounds like a great product for a great cause. And our policy is we say no to everybody, because if we say yes to you, we'll have to say yes to everybody. And I respect that. Other companies, I do a cold call. Email this email address, all this information. I'm more than happy to help you out. And I get crickets, and I follow up with 3 more emails.
Yep.
Crickets.
That's
if I did this project 10, 15 years ago, they'd be more than willing to help.
Yeah.
I think that's what gets me the worst on these is we send out all these contacts to say, hey, will you help us out? Will you help us out? At least give me the courtesy of saying no. That's not in our budget right now, or we don't want to do it, or give me something. Don't just leave me hanging.
Last year in Daytona, I met by pure chance a young man who took over his grandfather's business, who's a world-renowned custom bike builder, sells custom parts and all sorts of parts and all that. We were talking and didn't know who he was. I was telling about the product. He introduced himself. I'm like, no kidding. He says, yes, that person's my grandfather. Like, awesome. That's great. He goes, what do you need? And I told him what I need. I says, if you want to donate something, I don't care if it's something that's sitting on the shelf that's dusty. As long as I could use it, that's safe. That's all that matters to me. I said, he goes, here's my email. Email me back after Daytona in Leesburg, and we'll see what we can do. So I did. 2 emails back and forth. On my 3rd email to him, I got crickets. And then 2 more emails, I got crickets. I'm like, I'm done. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you run into the same challenges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Everybody wants us, rah, the military and our veterans until it's time to
help. Yeah.
And they're like, well, isn't that what the government's for? But they only do so much.
We had one last year when I was contacting dealerships. We had one dealership that I contacted, and they said, well, if our hog chapter is interested in doing it, we'll do it. So they gave me the hog chapter's contact information, and I reached out to the hog chapter and literally got a response back that said, we're not interested in helping our veterans. And wow. I literally, it took everything in my power not to respond back in the way I wanted to respond back. But I did respond back, and I literally wrote back and said, I'm very disappointed to hear this.
My response would have been, you know what? On Veterans Day and Memorial Day, I expect you to go to work and not get paid a double time and a half. Just get straight time for that day, because since you hate veterans.
Yeah. I was completely shocked at their response, and for the dealership to even say, well, if our hog chapter wants to do it,
I would never go to that dealership.
Nope. Yeah, there's a couple there's 2 dealerships I think that we will not frequent. The one that stood us up last year and that particular dealership will never be frequented by us. We won't. I'll pay to have my bike towed further down the road if I ever have to be in that predicament.
Yep. There's a couple dealerships I won't go to. And when I'm traveling and I walk into a dealership and you look at the tags and you see ask for price, I walk away, because it's what they decide that price is that day. And it's usually well above MSRP.
I've never gotten that. I don't know if it's this or what, but yeah, I go, and she can tell you, I go to a dealership. Everybody talks about
like we can afford it.
That might be what it is. But everybody talks about
it's the stash.
It is.
It's the stash.
If they get attacked by the salespeople, I once I might have gotten hit by a salesman. Usually, if I have a question, I have to go find somebody. But I don't know. Might be because they can tell I can't afford a bike.
Yeah, I walked to a dealership in Tennessee, and they had a 131 put in it and had custom paint work done on the bike, and they were asking $50,000 for this 2024 Road Glide. So, and this guy's looking at it going, 50 grand and it's a year old? And I'm like, well, you're buying 2 motors. And he goes, what do you mean? I says, well, when it came from the factory, it came with a 117 or a 114. And now it's got a 131. So you're paying for 2 motors.
Yeah.
You're paying for a paint job that you didn't select. The salesman's like, no, you're not paying for 2 motors. We replaced the top end. And I'm like, you replaced the top end on that? I said, it's funny because the VIN on the motor doesn't match the frame. So this was a crate motor. Does he get 2 titles with the bike? Because that motor, and does he get the original motor that came with it? He goes, well, we don't know what happened to that motor.
Oh, yeah. It's terrible when somebody knows what they're talking about, don't they?
Yeah. And the guy's like, yeah, it ain't worth 50 grand. I said, no, of course not. You know?
Yeah.
Heading to Nashville in the morning. Oh, well, be careful if you're heading to Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think it's just going to be wet there from what I was seeing on the radar. The moisture isn't going to freeze until it hits almost Ohio. So,
Yep. Good night, Big Mike. Good night, Hannah. You guys have a good evening. Thanks for coming in and hanging out tonight.
yes, thanks to everybody. I'm not in the side chat, but I'm kind of watching it.
Yep. So hopefully you got some donations tonight. Count me in for some raffle tickets
Awesome.
and the $22 donation to go on the ride with you. And I'm going to try and bring a plethora of people with me. So,
That's awesome.
All right. I'll count them and make sure it's a plethora.
okay, how many's in a plethora?
Yep.
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 I guarantee you everybody will be there, not one more.
That's right.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
But I'm looking for it. We're at an hour and a half. I want to thank you for your time and everything tonight.
Thank you for having us.
My pleasure. And it's a perfect night to do it because it's the night before Texas Roadhouse. And who doesn't love good steak?
Oh, yeah. And the rolls.
Oh, the honey rolls? Oh,
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yes. They're actually doing a bouquet this year. You can buy a bouquet of honey rolls to give to your Valentine.
I'd be perfectly fine with that.
So would my wife, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It's 12 honey rolls or 12 rolls on a stick.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it costs, but she's getting one.
I'd
Who
be
can
happy.
eat 12 of those honey rolls
Yeah.
without them going stale?
I don't think I could eat 12 of them, but I'm sure I could find people to share them with.
Yeah, okay. My wife, those honey rolls.
Yeah, that's right.
Honey butter, whatever, special butter. I don't know. It's a lot of them. I don't get very many of them. So
Yeah. We tend to share properly when we get the honey rolls. I mean, that could be dangerous if they don't share.
Yeah.
Corey, forget the rolls. I want the butter. So Corey wants a bouquet of butter.
Yeah.
Well, Corey, I don't know about in Connecticut, but here in Ohio, Texas Roadhouse actually sells their butter in our grocery stores.
I got one in the fridge.
Yes.
No
You
kidding.
can buy a tub of Texas Roadhouse. It's actually their label and everything in the grocery store. We had it for Thanksgiving with our rolls.
Corey's up in Mass.
Okay.
So, and why? Oh, that's Rhode Island. You're gonna not gonna. If you go through Long Island, you got to get a Long Island wiener.
Really?
Different kind of hot dog.
Okay.
Different kind of hot dog.
Yeah. Is this like a Mountain Oyster type thing or?
No.
Okay.
They're like a pinkish red,
Yeah.
and they taste different, and they got a nice snap to them, like a Hummel.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Some
So-
strange.
Probably right.
Yeah. So what I'd like to do is give you your final say about everything and anything you want.
Well, the best thing we can say is go to www.riding22in22vsa.com. Join us on the ride. If you can only ride for one state, several states, or all 22, we'd love to have you. It's all about meeting the people and bringing awareness to the mental battles that our veterans face on a daily basis. And join us tomorrow night at your local Texas Roadhouse. Everything can be found on the website. Find your state, click on it. You can find the hotels, the route, the dealership will be at, and your Texas Roadhouse location, all on the website.
Yep.
Wow, I couldn't say it any better myself.
Appreciate everybody coming out tonight.
And thanks again for having us.
Thank you, everybody in the side chat, for coming out, hanging out tonight, asking you questions and your comments. Really appreciate every single one of you. Remember, do your best to help one another. That's all we have in this life is each other. And if you're not a veteran and you see a veteran in need, try and help them out, because you live your life the way you want to because of our veterans. I can't make it any simpler than that. If it wasn't for our veterans, which be speaking English or some other language, maybe even German, depending on the time frame. So our way of life is secured by our veterans, and whether they are current veterans or future veterans. So, just don't thank them for their service. Show them how thankful you are. And it could be something as simple as making a donation to a veterans organization, or you see a young soldier, buy him a meal, buy him a coffee, something, because they don't make a whole lot of money.
Walk up and thank them for their service.
Yes. So, all right, everybody, that's all I got for tonight. Thank you for hanging out. Don't forget, members, Saturday night, members only live, 8 p.m. We got a pretty good topic we're going to discuss. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about past motorcycles and what your first motorcycle was and what your first Harley was. And if you were lucky, your first motorcycle was a Harley. Wasn't my case. But that's all I got for tonight. Thank you very much to Mr. and Mrs. McStache.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming on and spending their time with us. I know they're very busy getting ready to start this 22-day adventure. And it's going to be fun. I'm glad I'll be able to share it with you. All right, everybody, till the next time, I want you to live the best life you can. Ride often, as always, ride hard.